have a refreshing drink?
Why?
Why what? Why drink? For the simplest reason in the world, I enjoy it. I enjoy the sensation of slipping away. I enjoy the slumber of my faculties. Then I can hear the voices.
Mr. Chatterton! Mr. Chatterton! Postboy's here!
Hear them, Sam. I hear them when I sit by old stone. Ancient dwellings inciting me a reverie. I can feel the shadows coming closer. Oh, you smell like an old wine barrel, you tosspots. I am not empty, Sam. I am filled to the brim. This is the true Empyrean, the holy fire. I worship the god who fills the mouth. One sip and I sing. You are a fool in your cups, Tom. I have this vision, Sam, of impending greatness. A vision of light. No, not of light. A vision of words. It's like a dream, you know? A waking dream.
Ralph, I just want you to hold back for a while. Don't force the issue just yet. I can help him. I know I can.
Why do you stay with him, Ruth?
I don't know. Force of habit, I suppose. No, that's not true. Pity, I think. I pity him.
Beware of pity.
I have found him in the past, sobbing in that little flat of his. He had such hopes, and he's come to nothing. How could I possibly abandon him?
If that is what you believe, well... before you go, I have something for you. I've already signed it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
There are other people in the world, you know, Ruth.
Not now, Ralph. Now's not the time.
My present profession, Mamma, obliges me to frequent places of the best resort, so I employ all my money in fitting myself fashionable and getting into good company. This last consideration always brings me in an interest. I have been in deep talk with a gentleman who is going to advance pretty deeply into the book-selling branches. My employment will be to write in verse a voluminous history of London. This will not, like writing political essays, oblige me to go to the coffee house. I can lucubrate at home. Lucubrate. What rhymes with lucubrate? Now, what is this before me? The Romantic Tragedy by Ralph Partridge. I hope you didn't buy it.
He gave it to me.
Let me see. To Ruth, with much love from Ralph. A very pretty gift, but worthless.
Jeremy, I just...
Listen to me. You see this picture on the front cover? It sums up the book. Look. What do you see?
It's that painting of Chesterton, of course.
No, look again. Describe it to me.
Chesterton is lying on a bed with his head to one side. He has a white shirt and blue trousers.
Yeah, they're called breeches.
I know that. I prefer to call them trousers. His right arm is hanging down, his hand touching the floor as if he was sick or dead or something. His left hand is clasped on his chest. There's a pot of flowers on the window ledge. I think they're geraniums. The window is open. There are scraps of paper.
Convinced that he committed suicide. It corroborates his thesis that the Romantic poets were doomed to madness and despair. Other so-called scholars have made the same claim, but I don't think so at all. I've been looking into the life of young Thomas Chatterton, you see. Unlike Ralph Partridge, I have been reading the periodicals of the period. I shall issue such a counterblast to
Oh,
Partridge.
stick to the point, Jeremy.
Chatterton had a short history, but an interesting one. I was born in that shithole of Bristol, Sam, in 1752, in the sure and certain hope of being reviled and abused and condemned by the natives of that city, who are like the androcephalogoi of the traveller's tales. Who? They carry their heads where their pricks should be. My father was the singing master at the church, but since he expired 3 months before my birth, I never knew him. It has, however, often occurred to me that I must have heard his singing while I was yet in my mother's womb, hence my own love for music. Even those discordant airs that sail over the pleasure gardens. But his father had a greater presence in Chatterton's life. He was a collector of antiquarian documents, considered then by most people to be old and rotten stuff. He had gathered in a wooden chest all the antiquities he found. Deeds, scrolls, illuminated manuscripts, that sort of thing. There was no reason at all why they should interest Chatterton. I was dull at learning, Sam, I admit it. I knew no letters at all at 5 years old, and I objected on principle to conning them by rote from a horn book. Such a little book. But then there came a revelation. My mother was in one of her crying moods, and to freshen her tears, she brought out a box which she said had belonged to my father.